Winning. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual fiddles. And today I'm going in on how many spiritual practices should you do a day. Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. How many spiritual practices should you do a day? Ooh. You know, shout out to my girl Traveling. That's my spiritual sis. Shout out to my friend Tiff. She's also my spiritual sis. One thing that we talked about yesterday was how many spiritual practices should you do a day. And some people are overwhelming themselves with practices and you're going to get burnt out. If you're doing in the excess of over 5 spiritual practices a day, every day, that's going to take you hours. And you're going to get burnt out. And you're not going to be able to give it the type of impetus or energy that you need, momentum that you need to be successful in your practices, and you'll just be doing all that for naught. Me personally, in the beginning, start out with 1 or 2. Start out with 1 or 2 spiritual practices every day, family. Do that for 30 days. I don't care if you're doing solar work, meaning waking up, watching the sunrise, saying a divine prayer. Okay? At night, you're doing your altar practices. That's cool in the beginning. Now, once you start doing it after a while, it's going to be routine. It's going to be something that you just do. You may want to incorporate meditation in there. You may want to incorporate scrying in there. You may want to incorporate scanning books in there. You gradually increase the number of spiritual practices that you do throughout the week. Now, you might not want to do them all on Monday. You want to have a schedule. So if I was you, I would create like a weekly outline of the spiritual practices you're going to do. Monday, I'm going to do scrying, my altar practices. I always do altar practices in there, okay? Tuesday, you may want to do some solar work and moon work. Wednesday, you want to do some book scanning, some magic. You know, you do what you feel as if works for you. There are no rules. I always talk about how you need to have spiritual ingenuity. You do what works for you. If you're listening to someone, they got all these rules, stop listening to them. Stop it. You gotta do it like this. You gotta hold your pinky in your ear. Forget all that. Do what works for you. Okay, family? If you listen to 10 different people, they're all telling you 10 different things, you're gonna get confused. Find someone that resonates with you on a real live spiritual level and do it that way, okay, family? You want to work with people who are kind of like you. If you're all excited and winning, you may want to work with me. If you're quiet, you don't like to be all rambunctious and things like that, you may want to work with somebody else. Me personally, this page is all about my experiences. I remember when I was new to my spiritual path, I was just like, I didn't know what to do. I was in a state of disarray. Luckily, I had my wife. She's an avid reader. And so she told me, Chris, just calm down, follow one person. And if that person resonates with you, stick with that person until you learn everything from that person, and then you move on. I was lucky. I had a woman who's a life path 7. She's like my own personal shaman, and she loves me. So she's not going to tell me anything that's going to do me harm. She's always looking out for my best interests. But one thing that she's always done, Divine Queen, she's always done is let me find my own way. And that's one thing that I'm imploring you guys to do. Find your own way. That way you'll create your own know system of what works for you. And in the future, if you decide to have a YouTube page, you decide to create courses, you decide to teach or whatever, have seminars and things like that, you'll have a laundry list of personal experiences that you can divulge to other people that may help them. You won't be up there just parroting information that you've read. You'll be speaking from your own know system, and you will have that confidence that you need to convey information to people. There's too many people out there just parroting information that someone else has told them without them trying it themselves. A lot of the things that I do, either I've done it and know it works, or my boo or my wife has done it. They're the same person now. My wife has done it and I know it worked for her. You know what I'm saying, family? So that's the level of understanding that I speak from. What other people are doing, what other people are saying, I don't know. I don't watch other people's videos. This video is about me. So I speak from my own level of understanding, and I want you to do the same. Okay, family? So again, if you're doing like 10 spiritual practices a day every day, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to be burnt out, and you're not going to get the turnaround that you're looking for. But if you do one or two things over and over and over and over and over, I assure you, you'll master those practices, and then you can move on to other things. Bruce Lee said, don't fear the man that throws 10,000 different types of kicks. He fears the man that does 10,000 of the same kick. So when you're doing the same two practices all the time, you may have a better turnaround than someone that's doing 50. You know what I'm saying? Because you've mastered those two. So take your time. There's no rush. You've technically been on your spiritual journey since birth. So take your time. If you don't get it right this life, you'll get it back when you come back. When you transition, there's going to be a continuation of consciousness. And when you choose to incarnate again, you're going to pick right back up where you left off, family. Okay? So I want you to realize that you are worthy. Go ahead and claim your divinity. Usurp your primordial will and vigor. You deserve it. It doesn't matter how you look, what you think, how big you are, how skinny you are. You're perfect how you are. Okay? Hold your head up and have that confidence. Okay? So on that note, family, hope you got some jewels. If you want to support me, subscribe to my second YouTube page, Two Melanated Minds. Go out to Amazon.com, check out all my books, The Enlightened Journey, Poverty Consciousness, Wealth Consciousness, and Dissolving Your Limitations. My next book coming out next month. Ooh, C equals C. Consciousness equals choice is a banger already. I let my wife read it. She reading that book like this. She can barely keep her eyes open because she reading like that. That's one of the best compliments you can give someone, when you read something and be like, And that's how she read my book, family. So on that note, it's your boy Chris Enlightened, and you already know what I'm doing. I'm out here winning.